Tired of hearing the endless hype about electric cars and their so-called clean future? Well, Hyundai just threw a curveball that could change everything. They've unveiled a hydrogen combustion engine, the N74 fuel cell, and it's making waves across the auto industry. Forget the old gas versus electric debate. Hydrogen is stepping up as a serious contender. This engine isn't just about raw power and efficiency. It's about slashing emissions while still delivering the thrill of performance driving. Think of it as the superhero of engines. Powerful, clean, and on a mission to save the planet, 1 mile at a time. With Hyundai CEO pulling the wraps off this innovation, the buzz is real. Picture the roar of a high-performance engine without the dirty exhaust. That's a future worth getting excited about. In today's video, we'll break down Hyundai's revolutionary hydrogen engine, its jaw-dropping performance, its eco-friendly edge, and why it could completely reshape the future of driving. Who knows? Before long, hydrogen power machines might be cruising right past your driveway. Unlike traditional EVs weighed down by massive batteries, hydrogen fuel cell cars are lighter, cleaner, and smarter. They rely on a fuel cell stack that fuses hydrogen with oxygen from the air, creating electricity on the go. And the only byproduct? Pure water vapor. That's right. You're not just driving. You're leaving behind nothing but a mist of clean water. Now, don't get lost in the science. Think of hydrogen as the next evolution of fuel. Just like pulling into a gas station, you'll soon be pulling into hydrogen pumps, and the best part is it takes only 5 minutes to fill up. No hours of waiting around. Plus, with longer ranges than most EVs, hydrogen cars promise coast-to-coast freedom without constant charging stops. And Hyundai isn't stopping at just one model. They're planning to roll out hydrogen tech across the board: sedans, SUVs, trucks, even heavy-duty vehicles. You might be thinking, but I never see hydrogen cars on the road. That's true for now. Only about 15,000 were registered in the US by mid-2022. But California is already building a solid network of fueling stations, and Hyundai is investing big in the infrastructure needed to bring hydrogen driving to the masses. You know what the most common element in the universe is? It's hydrogen. But don't let its pure and innocent atomic state fool you. Hydrogen is always looking for some action and always ready to bond with anyone and everyone in sight. And you know what? That makes it a great energy carrier. With the world's focus shifting towards reducing carbon emissions, hydrogen has emerged as a major player in the decarbonization of transportation. And that's where Hyundai comes in. They're not just working on developing an entire ecosystem for hydrogen fuel production, storage, and transportation. They're also making it more accessible and affordable for us common folk. Hydrogen combustion engines have some serious potential, folks. They emit no carbon dioxide or any harmful exhaust out of their tailpipes, just water vapor. And the best part, you won't have to worry about charging time, as it only takes about 5 minutes to refuel them for another 300 to 400-mile adventure. But wait, there's more. The hydrogen combustion engine can be used in a wider range of applications beyond transportation. It can be used in power generation, marine propulsion, and even in the aviation industry. That's right. The possibilities are endless. And you know what's even cooler? Hyundai's investment in this technology is expected to be a catalyst for other car manufacturers to step up and invest in similar technology. This will lead to more competition and innovation in the market, which will ultimately benefit us, the consumers. As you may know, traditional fossil fuels are a major contributor to air pollution and climate change. But with hydrogen fuel becoming more widely available and affordable, we could be looking at a game changer. Not only would it help reduce emissions, but it would also reduce our dependence on foreign oil. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Hydrogen combustion engines are still a new technology, and there are some challenges that need to be addressed. Still, Hyundai's hydrogen combustion engine is a real game changer in the quest to reduce emissions and combat climate change. The Paris Agreement has set some pretty lofty goals, calling for a reduction in global greenhouse gas emissions to keep the global temperature increase below 2 degrees Celsius. And that's not the only advantage of the hydrogen combustion engine over traditional gasoline and diesel engines. Of course, there's one big downside to hydrogen fuel: the cost. Right now, a kilogram of hydrogen costs between $10 and $17 at California hydrogen stations, which works out to about $5 to $8.50 per gallon of gasoline equivalent. One of the most common and promising sources for hydrogen is water, through a process called electrolysis. Water can actually be split into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity. Now, when this electricity comes from renewable sources like solar, wind, or hydropower, the resulting hydrogen is considered completely green and environmentally friendly. This makes hydrogen not just renewable, but also a clean energy carrier that does not contribute to greenhouse gas emissions during production if done sustainably. In addition to water, hydrogen can also be derived from biomass, organic materials such as agricultural waste or wood chips. This method of hydrogen production repurposes waste material that would otherwise decompose and release methane, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. Hydrogen can even be extracted through steam methane reforming, though this method is less eco-friendly and less paired with carbon capture technology. Nonetheless, the flexibility in how hydrogen can be sourced makes it a versatile solution for countries and companies looking to transition away from fossil fuels. Moreover, hydrogen fuel has a significant advantage over battery electric systems when it comes to storage and refueling times. While electric vehicles need time to charge and often depend on critical raw materials like lithium and cobalt, hydrogen fuel cell or hydrogen combustion vehicles can be refueled in just a few minutes, similar to filling up a traditional gas tank. This makes them ideal for applications in heavy-duty transport, shipping, and aviation, where downtime is costly and weight is a critical factor. But it doesn't end there. Hydrogen combustion engines, unlike traditional gasoline and diesel engines, emit only water vapor as a byproduct. That's right, no CO2, no carbon monoxide, and no unburned hydrocarbons. This means they offer the performance and familiarity of internal combustion engines, but with a much cleaner environmental footprint. They also maintain much of the infrastructure and mechanical design of traditional engines, making it easier for manufacturers to adapt existing platforms rather than developing entirely new vehicle architectures, as is required with battery electric systems. In summary, hydrogen fuel is not just renewable, it's revolutionary. It has the potential to reshape entire industries, drastically reduce environmental harm, and offer a sustainable, efficient, and practical path forward for global energy needs. As innovation continues and the cost of hydrogen production decreases, the hydrogen combustion engine is quickly becoming one of the most promising alternatives to fossil fuel-based transportation.